Alrighty, guys, we're back for Lilah Grixis, and this is an Outlaws with Thunder Junction Standard Brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. But first things first, this was a suggestion over in the Discord, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. Alright, so the main suggestion was for Lilah, the Undefeated Slickshot. This is a 3-mana, 3/3 with Prowess. It's a legendary creature. We got all 4 of them packed in here, though, because I really want to see it today, and it is the main build around after all. So, whenever you cast a multicolored instant or sorcery spell from your hand, exile that spell instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. If you do, it becomes plotted. Oh my goodness, that is actually a really sick ability and seemingly powerful too. Plotted cards may be cast as sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost, by the way. Probably important to note that. So what kind of multicolored spells, instants, and sorceries do we actually have in here that will work well with it? Well, Maestros Charm is a great example of one. All 4 of them, 3 mana, instant speed. I've been saying it since these charms have come out. These charms are so sick, and I love all the utility on them that they all feel a little bit underplayed. It's one of those things with the power level of standard, I suppose. You get to choose one of these abilities. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, put one of those cards into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. Okay. Or each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Or Maestro's Charm deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Just amazing utility. And I'll tell you what, if you have that Lilah on the board, you do one of these abilities, then you plot the charm and play it for free next turn. That's gross, dude. Getting to choose another one of these abilities again just for free. Yeah, that should be enough of a reason to try out the Lilah. Do have other multicolored spells packed in though. Like Tainted Indulgence, for example. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyards, which we should be able to get 5 or more mana values in our graveyard relatively easy. Maybe. We also have a couple Molten Collapse too, just spot removal. Spot removal that I've been meaning to play more of as well, just to try it out. So you get to choose one of these abilities. If you descended this turn, you may choose both instead. So destroy target creature or planeswalker, nice. At sorcery speed though, but yeah, nice. Or destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. But if you descended for the turn, you get both of those abilities. So that is pretty sick, isn't it? So other multicolored instants and sorceries that work with the Lilah, Ill-Timed Explosion being our board wipe of choice. But you don't have to discard and wipe the board. You could also just draw 2 cards off of this as well. So plotting this with the Lilah just seems really, really good to me. We do have another board wipe packed in. It's just a Brotherhood's End. You never know when that's going to come in handy. Early board wipe or destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less could be really good against Synthesizer. Got a couple Widespread Thieving in here because that's just this type of deck list. And also one of my favorite parts of the suggested deck list as well. So this is a 3 mana enchantment, Hideaway 5. And whenever you cast a multicolored spell, you create a treasure token. We have a ton of multicolored spells in here. Of course, we just went over half of them. Then you may pay white, blue, black, red, green. If you do, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. There's a lot of really cool top-end things we could hit with that Hideaway 5. Of course, we have Atraxa packed in. It is a Grixis list, but it's not going to be unheard of to cast the Atraxa off the treasures with Thieving or reanimate it back, which we'll go over why in just a second. We also have an Etali here on the top end. Of course, just having powerful top-end creatures is going to be pretty important for this style of deck. Again, we'll go over why in just a second. We have a couple of Trumpeting Carnosaurs and a couple of Vein Rippers as well, mainly for this push and pull. Oh, buddy. So if you have Lilah on the board and you drop the push on one of the opponent's creatures, destroy target tapped creature, Lilah totally plots the whole card, push and pull, and then you can play pool next turn. Plotted. Yeah, that is kind of insane. So it's a 6 mana sorcery. Put up to 2 target creature cards from a single graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. They gain haste until end of turn. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. So like I was saying, I was going over everything out of order there, but like I was saying, having a powerful top end is going to be very important. And then getting that top end into the grave as well to actually pull off that pool with the Lilah would be relatively easy too, whether it's the Maestro's Charm or the Tainted Indulgence discard as well. Now we also have Bloodtithe Harvester here, just like an extra creature. There's going to be moments too where you don't see too much of your top end, also acting as just more removal. The blood token also helps get our top end into the grave as well. Don't forget the discard on the ill-timed explosion also helps get your top end into the grave as well. Yeah, that's the whole deck. Holy cow. This one's actually like, you'd think that this would be a really complex list, but no, not really. Over in the mana base, we do have all 4 Xander's Lounge. That's noteworthy. Opting for Anytime Rakdos. We got Restless Vents, Restless Reef. That is definitely noteworthy as well. A couple theaters packed in. We have Stormcarved Coast, Shipwreck Marsh. We have Crucible, Defiance, Abandoned Mire, and Soaring City, leaning towards the Rakdos colors overall because that's what the deck is leaning towards. No honorable mentions. Today, I do like saving the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game here. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? Dude, I don't even know anymore. Every time I expect something from a build, it's like, oh, it was okay. And every time I'm like, this should be jank, it's just like, what? Why is this so good? Ooh, no red in our opening hand, but the Tainted Indulgence could help us find it pretty easily. I'm going to keep this. We go first. I don't mind this at all. Yeah, with Tainted Indulgence, we can always discard the thieving, the Widespread Thieving. We don't find our red source. Well, there we go. Nice. We could stay on task here with the Indulgence. Nah, we'll get ready for the thieving. Marsh, we don't need right now. I'll send that. Yeah, not holding the Indulgence open because of our tapped land. That's fine. Totally fine. There's a good chunk of tapped land packed in. Going with the Siren, they don't activate the map because they have Prosperous Thief. Okay. They get 3 through and a treasure. They can play the Spyglass Siren. They choose to pass. We actually find a mountain too. Okay. Go ahead and get that Widespread Thieving down and see if we can get that hideaway. A pretty good top end here. Hey, Etali. Hi there. Now, the question is, are we going to be able to actually pull off the hideaway with the thieving? Shouldn't be too bad with these Tainted Indulgences, but we might die beforehand is the big thing. Do we go second Widespread Thieving and try to double down on these treasures before playing the Indulgence? Oh, opponent hit the timer. Okay, it looks like they're still here though, luckily. We've been having what seems like a lot of opponents freezing, so I got a little concerned there for a second, but they must just be thinking about their turn. Well, either way, I suppose I could pause the recording until they show up. Oh, there they are. Disruptor. All right. Tap the Widespread Thieving. You monster. And then they swing with the Thief, and they have 2 mana open. What's their plan here? Okay, Moon Circuit Hacker. They're going to go for the draw. It's less damage to our face. I don't mind that at all. They do get to restock their hand. That would be the play if they were looking for their 3rd mana, right? Molten Collapse. All right. Yeah. So we could get greedy, play the other Widespread Thieving, because we probably survive the turn, but I don't think so. I think we take the turn. We'll start with the draw because we might see something better that we'd want to play instead of the Molten Collapse. More mana, huh? I'm going to get rid of the Sulfurous Springs because I don't think we need that untapped source right now. All right, we'll get to pick up the map token too off this Molten Collapse. I'm going to take out that Moon Circuit Hacker. Yeah, since we descended for the turn, we actually get to do the thing. Okay, 2 treasure tokens on the board. We have Tainted Indulgence open, or we just save that for next turn, play the swamp, and we do have the 5 to pay for the thieving, which gets us an Etali, which is perfect. Let the opponent take their turn and wait. Yeah, because we play the swamp, and then Tainted Indulgence. We still have Grixis colors available. Oh, no, opponent, why? My Etali. Okay, I'm going to save those treasures. I'm not going to play that Tainted Indulgence. We could have played Tainted Indulgence, got another treasure, but I'm going to save the 2 treasures instead. Dude, that's pretty rough, huh? So we took 1. The opponent's missing their 3rd mana, unfortunately. Okay, Widespread Thieving. Now, hopefully we hit something equally as strong. Vein Ripper, that's pretty good. Look at all that mana on the top. That's pretty scary. We could play the other Widespread Thieving, I suppose. Yeah, maybe we'll actually get to keep 1 around then. 1, 2, we'll only be able to pay for 1 next turn on the Indulgence, but that's fine. Totally fine. Oh, Atraxa. Dude, we're hitting all of our top end with these thievings. That's crazy, dude. Okay. Unctus's Retrofitter. They buffed the... Oh, dude, we're in trouble. We definitely have to pay for these thievings this turn no matter what. So, Tainted Indulgence. And then we get 2. It's got to be the Atraxa one. How do we know which one's which? Choose the order. We want this one to resolve first, and then we pay the second one for Atraxa to hit the board. Right? Yes, so we decline, and then we auto pay. Atraxa! Let's go! Multicolored, so we get a couple more treasures. Okay, what do we want to our hand? Push and pull. Oh, wow. Oh, we have a lot of options here. Oh, Lilah, there you are. Lounge, because we could cycle if we need to. Push and pull will probably be the sorcery of choice, I suppose. Yeah, we'll grab the push and pull. Oh, almost missed my instant here. Maestros Charm. Cool. Restock our hand beautifully. Draw to discard the Carnosaur. All right. Now what? I guess play the Xander's Lounge tap? No. Get that Vents down, because, yeah, we might want to cycle this. Lilah could come down. That's probably what we end up doing. My apologies, opponent. Taking me forever over here. Get a couple more treasure tokens. Dude, these double thievings is wild. Oh, hey, by the way, push and pull. Off of the treasures while the Lilah's out there. Then we plot the push and pull. Oh my goodness, dude. While we're at it, we might as well get the Harvester down because we're getting the treasures back anyways. All right. Well, end turn? Sure, let's pass it back. If they find something for the Atraxa, I don't know what would kill the Atraxa. Okay, Spyglass Siren. Dude, seeing the double Roadside Reliquary, I'm glad we got to pop off, but we also got a little bit lucky, didn't we? They go ahead swing? No, they take it back. Passes back. Okay, well at this point, I suppose we'll go for the push and pull anyways. We'll go for the free pool. It's a single graveyard. I'll just bring back the Connoisseur. That's totally fine. So double treasure, GG opponent. Yeah, at that point, like when we're popping off that much, the poor opponent missing the third mana for a few turns, they eventually find the third mana. It's another roadside reliquary. Oh man, it is what it is. That was good though. The deck list really showing off there actually. If the opponent would have had more, I think that there would have been a decent chance for us to actually get there anyways. What do you guys think? Overall, I probably could have played it out much, much better too. Probably much more optimal plays along the way. I brought it up in the last video, but I'm recording at a bit of a different time. It's pretty late at night, and we're still finding games pretty easy. I'm actually quite impressed with how fast we're finding matches. I know it's not really late at night everywhere, but still. It's like one of those things. It's kind of crazy that we can just play Magic any time of the day. Really, really easily. So we go first. This is a really slow hand. But I like that we went first here. So the opponent might have a really slow hand too. Golgari, okay. Get that Xander's Lounge down. Tainted Indulgence. Maestros Charm and Indulgence open. Okay. So, Indulgence over Charm or Charm? Charm? Charm's top ability? Find something we want to play? Or just nothing? Oh, Tainted Indulgence, I guess. Because I'd rather find Lilah off the draw and the Indulgence. I don't know if we're going to need the double ill-timed explosions right now. Because we could always draw even more, too, on the first ill-timed explosion. Okay, that's fine. Stormcarved Coast. Maybe that's what I should do. It's sorcery speed, just like draw 2. Maybe. Actually, don't mind that. We don't have the triple black source when the Vein Ripper comes down. Okay, yeah, man. What the heck? Let's draw 2. Decline. We got 7. We just pass it back. Maestro's Charm picks up Shieldred, but it's not going to be Shieldred for the turn because that is a tapped land. 5th mana comes down, and mana off the top would be good. With all this, we do have a Maestro's Charm and an Indulgence open for the opponent's turn, which will keep all of it open. Because Charm hits for 5 damage if they do drop a Shieldred or something else, and Indulgence might help us find the mana for the Vein Ripper. Shieldred, hi! I would say right on time, but you're actually a turn late. There you go, buddy. And then, Tainted Indulgence. Vein Ripper, number 2. I'm going to get rid of the other Tainted Indulgence, actually. Atraxa, wow. Vein Ripper or Connoisseur? I'm going to go for the Vein Ripper. The ward cost is pretty brutal against a list that doesn't have a creature on the board right now. And double Vein Ripper is equally as brutal. If they don't exile these, then pulling them back, I'll tell you what, man. Grixis Command, that's a way to get around that ward cost. Well, we'll just play number 2, huh? Another push and pull, oh my goodness. Okay, Vein Ripper number 2 comes down. Why do I feel like we're just like getting lucky in all these games? Ooh, good ramp for the opponent. Very nice. Etali, wow. We're seeing all of our top end all at once. I don't know if our Discover 5 could affect combat, but it might affect combat. So I'm going to play this beforehand here. See what we see. Bloodtithe Harvester. Okay. It did not affect combat. I'm not really sure what would have. So technically Golgari could find some exile. Oh, Smuggler's Surprise. I mean, honestly. Bro. Bro, that pulls them back for sure. For sure. Titan of Industry has reach as well. Maestro's Charm doesn't hit it. They're gaining a ton of life here. Oh, luckily they don't go for the life gain on the Titan, so they only gained 9 off of the Tyrant. Wait. Is that what they ended up gaining? Okay, they go ahead and get rid of the Carnosaur. Actually, that's not bad for us because that lets us pull the Carnosaur and the Vein Ripper back. Get an insane full swing. They get 1 block into the Titan. Yeah, where did they end up gaining life there? This is a really good turn for the opponent. Let's start with that Surveil, because there might be a better creature. I don't really want the mana either. Yeah, I'm going to send that. All right, let's pull some things out of this grave. Carnosaur, Vein Ripper. Oh, buddy. We're just full swinging too. Oh, Lilah. Hi. Yeah, let's go for that full swing. We're forcing some serious blocks here. Vein Ripper gonna be blocked by the Titan. And then they go for the Harvester because they don't want to trade out the 4/4. We're gaining a bunch of life here. The Vein Ripper ability stacks, and it stacks enough to actually just end the game because they didn't block with the Tyrant on the ground. Well, GG opponent. So hold up. Let's see here. Let's bring that back. View battlefield. So they didn't block with the Vaultborn Tyrant, and they would have wanted to block the Carnosaur. But they ended up taking that 7 there, which was huge for us. If they would have blocked, the Tyrant would have come back as an artifact and actually gained him another 3 too. And then they could have potentially pulled it back somehow, but the Vein Ripper and the Carnosaur, they were about to sacrifice themselves at the end too. So that was going to be even more damage piling through. Yeah, that was a tricky situation for the opponent to be in. Everything worked out a little bit too well, huh? Good stuff, man. Let's keep the ball rolling. 22 minutes in. Oh, I forget if I brought it up in this video yet. You guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think about Summertime Red Cat? Got a little summer hat on. Got a little popsicle. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Okay, opponent goes first. Yeah, we keep this. Okay, Lilah. So red source. So we want yeah, we'll get Coast down. That's fine. Then Springs for the black source on the Harvester and the Collapse. Inspector. Oh, this could be interesting. Okay, I will gladly pay the 1 to get the Harvester down. This Brotherhood's End might really come in handy. Spirited Companion. Interesting. I have no clue what we're up against with those, with that mana color over there. Or combination, I mean. Oh, Molten Collapse. We could go Harvester, pop the Inspector, Molten Collapse, pop the Companion and the Clue. It's actually pretty good. But just going to get that Lilah down and hope that we can plot up the Molten Collapse when it comes time. We could swing too. Because if they double block, that's a really, really good double block for us. So I should have swung first, actually. Yeah, I definitely should have swung before playing the Lilah. They're kind of looking at the Lilah like, what? This doesn't affect anything. Oh, double block. This, like, isn't terrible at all. Oh, unless they want those in the graveyard. They got those ETBs. Another ETB hits this board. This is probably a blink deck, guys. Yeah, I think so. All right, Maestros Charm. So everything we play plots now. Everything in hand, except for the Brotherhood's End. Maybe we just start with the Charm then. Pick up the Stomper. Plot it, get that swing. Stomper can't block anyways. We should still pick it up though. Right? We probably play Soaring City to stay on task of actually getting up to 6 mana. Okay. It's going to be the Charm, I would say. 5 damage. And then we plot it. Stomper's off the board. That way they can't blink it or anything. That's fine. Going down to 18. Plot it up. Swing with the Lilah. And the Prowess is pretty good here too. All right. We got the blood token. I'm thinking I just really like this hand, though. Circuit Mender. Okay. Back up to 18. I just like this hand. I'm going to keep that blood token around. Vein Ripper. Hi. Okay. So Maestro's Charm is free for the turn. Probably going to look at the top 5. Maybe grab a land. Or another Maestro's Charm. Or a pool, I guess. I guess that's possible too. Man, so many options. No land actually on the top. I'm going to grab that Charm. That's pretty gross. So we could filter. Molten Collapse is available for the turn now to pick up that clue before they draw. That's actually pretty good, isn't it? Dude, Molten Collapse doing the thing today. Get a swing for 5 on this Lilah. I am really considering ditching that Brotherhood's End. Or maybe one of the top end cards. Maybe we find... Yeah, we don't have a lot of black sources on the board. So maybe we ditch the Vein Ripper. See if we find mana. We do find mana. All right. Because now if we see an untapped source off the top, we'll have Carnosaur next turn. Dude, plotting these up is insane. Okay, another Circuit Mender. Nice, dude. Yeah, because when we remove Circuit Mender, it replaces itself. They bounce it back. Yep. All right. Okay. Stormcarved Coast, that is an untapped source. But while we have Lilah on the board, we're kind of just like popping off with it. I guess we start with Molten Collapse. Get that swing through. Molten Collapse, destroy the Pixie. Prowess goes through. Oh, maybe it's Maestro's Charm. I have no idea. I really don't. Like, I don't know what the best thing to do right now is. It's probably Carnosaur, right? Right? Like, spend all of our mana. Maybe we should have done it before the swing for the Prowess on the Lilah. Oh, it's just a Lilah anyways. Okay. Yeah, the problem there is I really didn't know what I was going to do for the turn. There was a lot of options because we could have drawn on the Ill-Timed Explosion too, maybe found something for 2 mana. Our Lilah is just like surprisingly safe throughout this whole game. Another Circuit Mender. Opponent going back up to 15. Push and pool, guys. Okay. Okay, we can pool a Vein Ripper. I think that's totally worth it. Totally worth it. Oh, buddy. Really good draw. Lilah plots it up. This is crazy, dude. Full swing. The opponent chumps and then blocks the Harvester, I guess. They take 13 and then they die from the Vein Ripper. Dude, that's brutal stuff. Holy cow. GG opponent. This Lilah push and pull too, like even if they survived the turn somehow, we plotted up the push and pull. Like how brutal could it possibly be? Like that lineup is crazy. All right. Hey, accidentally ranking up through platinum. Beautiful stuff, man. 3 victories in a row so far for the deck. Let's try to get one more match in, win or lose. I am 110% satisfied with how the deck has played out so far. All right, let's do this. So the Lilah. So once rotation happens, unfortunately, we're losing a lot of those multicolored spells, like the charm. Is there another charm that we have with Lilah with blue and red? No, right? I don't believe so. Like I was thinking maybe there's a different color combination we could try real quick with a different charm and a different deck before rotation happens. I don't think so. Yeah, what colors are the charms right now? We have the Naya colors, the Grixis colors. We also have a hand to think about here. Opponent goes first. Pretty slow hand. Push is available as early removal. I'm going to keep this because ill-timed explosion could pull us back from early aggression. Be Spara's headquarters. Oh, Spara's headquarters. Yeah, Bant colors as well. There's another one. That's funny. Ooh, Calling Angel. Uh-oh. Bro, these 5-color builds have been brutal. They have been absolutely obliterating me. I'm scared now. Alright, let's get the Stormcarved Coast down. Push is sorcery speed anyways. There's no real point in playing Soaring City for the turn. I mean, we might see land for like the next 7 turns, so definitely keeping that as utility is ideal. Bro, what on earth are you? Analyze the pollen. You may collect evidence 8, but they didn't. So search your library for a basic land. And if evidence was collected, you search your library for a creature or land card, reveal that card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Okay, interesting. We just saw Lilah off the top, guys. Heck yeah. We try it. We try to establish it because when it is established, that is a crazy card. That's what we learned today. Like if it gets a chance to survive... Lilah, get down! Oh no! Maybe the opponent's just like reading. Just like reading, like what the crap is this? Oh? Aww. Draw off up the beanstalk, and this is gonna be rough if we don't see mana. Uh-oh. Maestros Charm on our turn? Yeah, I think so. And top 5, find a land. The rest go to the grave. And we only have 1 black source on the board, so we're going to grab that Sulfurous Springs. Send the rest. Yeah, with the Vein Ripper in our hand, once again, the triple black in the casting cost, not like it hasn't really held us up, but it's been something that we've had to talk about in a lot of these games. I'm sure we'll find the other black source, but you guys can definitely tell why we're leaning towards those Rakdos colors in here. Splunking. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, the Jund colors. I don't know why I forgot about you. It's not an untapped land, but we don't need an untapped land till turn 6 anyways. So I don't mind seeing it. Let's go ahead and attempt the draw on the ill-timed explosion. See what happens here. It happens. Nice. Okay, so we discard 2 if we want. And we could to set up for the pool. Trumpeting Carnosaur. Let's do it. Vein Ripper, Atraxa. Get out of here. I'm setting up for this pool, man. This is going to be awesome. Okay. 7 damage to every creature. Look at all those creatures that got wiped. Wowie. So let me know, was that worth the discard, or should I just have kept the creatures? Opponent's not scared, they're just ramping. Not scared one bit. Ill-timed explosion of their own. Nice. Untapped land? No, it's not untapped land. That's okay, we'll take the turn. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We'll take the turn. We have a couple pools, so we'll have a couple turns in a row. Oh, maybe we should use that blood token. If we pool the Vein Ripper, so that's going to depend on what the opponent does for their turn, because they are ready to play Atraxa whenever they want. And Atraxa, Cornucopia, 1, 2. They still have enough mana for the Atraxa. Cornucopia, they no longer have enough mana for the Atraxa. Go back up to 21. Well, not back up to, but you guys know what I mean. So if we ditch the Vein Ripper, oh, up to 23. Vein Ripper swings for 12 in the air. And then they both die, which is another 8. So the life gain kind of saves them a bit. I'm gonna do that because I think, oh, we have the Harvester. They didn't wipe the board on the ill-timed explosion. Oh, they still have mana open, so they could potentially they could potentially have something here that slows this down. The Vein Rippers hit the board. Oh my goodness. And they hit the board before they removed the Harvester too. I think this is 23 damage, guys. Herd migration. That's the way around it. Oh no. So the Vein Rippers die. It should do another 8, right? Because they stack off of each other. Yeah, herd migration. I thought we had lethal for the turn, but no, life gain, of course. That makes a lot of sense because we're up against domain. Sunfall. At least it's not exiling our graveyard because we have another pool in hand. Dude, that was really great from the opponent. Cycling out here, what on earth? They're missing their Atraxa, guys. They're missing their top end right now. Yeah, we're just gonna pull those Vein Rippers right back. I guess we'll surveil first while we have it. They still have mana open too. So I guess they could have a counter spell. Vein Ripper, Vein Ripper. Yeah, they have mana open. Cornucopia could be a blue source. GG opponent. Look at that, guys. I know it was only 4 games, but we actually pulled off a 100% win rate today. Not bad. Not bad at all. Nice. Like I said, now it is only 4 games. Like, that's not that many games. But that still feels pretty nice. The deck just outperformed expectations. Just, I don't even know where to begin. Holy cow. Where's this? Where am I? Who am I? Lilah Grixis. Okay. Okay, what was that? My second Anti-Flash? Oh, buddy, I have a deck list coming up with Anti-Flash. Maybe I should consider 2 of them instead. Anyways, enough spoilers with upcoming lists, huh? No, here's a Lilah Grixis. Guys, while I have you here at the end of the video, make sure you check out that description where we got that Discord link, as well as that Patreon link too, if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. The Patreon really does go that extra mile, so... You know what? I also don't get to say it enough, and every now and then I bring it up at the end. But yeah, hey, thank you so much to all my patrons, for real. You guys are awesome. All right, Lilah Grixis, what do we have to say about the list? Dude, Lilah being on the board is a presence and a half. Holy cow, this needs to be top priority, removed immediately from the opponent no matter what. Like, skip whatever fun stuff they're playing. They need to kill this thing. For real. Yeah, I liked this. This was a really fun build around. Yeah, like I said, with rotation, unfortunately, we're losing the Maestros Charm, which is kind of essential for the list, right? We're losing Tainted Indulgence. We're losing Harvester too, but Harvester wasn't in here to pair with the Lilah. Harvester was in here to be extra removal, extra discard off the blood, but also in here for the Widespread Thieving, which also did a thing today. Dang, dude. Everything just did so much. Did we wipe the board at all with Ill-Timed Explosion? I don't think we did, but we got the card draw on the Ill-Timed Explosion. And just like keeping our hand so beautifully stocked, the push and pull being a 4 of kind of feels essential in here because you really want to see it. The top end we saw when we needed to see as well. This is only 6 creatures on the top end, and I think that's why having more early stuff that helps us survive early on, but also just acts as another thing to grab out of the grave with the push and pull as well. Also, just an ETB off the push and pull happens to be pretty good too, because that extra blood token could go the extra mile as well. The mana felt great. We definitely were getting held up on the triple black on Vein Ripper every now and then. And not necessarily held up, but like something that we had to consider in every game. I don't think that's going to happen often because there's our black sources for the list, guys. My goodness, I guess we were drawing our mana a little bit funny. Speaking of rotation, we're losing a lot of really great lands for these mid-range decks, right? The Shipwreck Marsh, the Coast and stuff. Just absolutely incredible lands for these decks that hit their 3rd mana fast and then want everything to come down untapped after that. So yeah, rotation's going to be crazy, dude. Wow, we're losing. Like, it's only 4 sets, but it feels like we're just losing so much. All right, guys, what else do I have to say about the deck list? The double Vein Ripper is kind of crazy, and we got to see both of them in a lot of those games, which is a little silly, but maybe not as silly as I'm thinking, because we were just ripping through our deck list. Like, we were drawing a lot all the time, and I guess that makes sense. A lot of filtering here. Molten Collapse, being able to do both of its abilities was actually really sick, and I guess using that bottom ability, there are a lot of clues. There are a lot of map tokens. There's like, yeah, there's just like so much in Standard all the time that if something says, hey, I remove a very specific thing, there's like a great chance that that specific thing is like in a Standard deck that somebody is playing, or in the meta, I should say. So yeah, Molten Collapse. I like this. I'm really glad that we got to try it out here again today. Molten Collapse is just like one of those things. I've been keeping my eye on it, and some Rakdos lists I kind of forgot about it, but like since it came out, I've been trying to think about it. Seeing it do a thing today, definitely keep your eye on it, right? Sorcery speed, of course, slows it down, but just seems like great removal overall. All right, anything else? I still think this one of Brotherhood's End is going to be good, even though it doesn't fit that multicolored theme, just based on what we're seeing in the meta. I think very often you're going to have a great board wipe with it, and the other half, you're going to be wrecking those synthesizer builds. So I think the one of is definitely worth it. And if it's not worth it against the certain deck that you're playing against, then discard it to the Indulgence or the Ill-Timed Explosion or something, right? Or the Blood token. Filter out. Find something better. With all the filtering and everything, maybe that's why the deck felt so good today. Even cycling on the Xander's Lounge was considered today as well. In the Atraxa, with the pool, bringing the Atraxa out of the grave and treasure tokens to cast the Atraxa, we just don't need that extra mess in the mana base by any means. Also, Etali could potentially cast the Atraxa too. It's pretty sick. Kind of forgot to go over that Trumpeting Carnosaur, of course, acting as early removal here too. We didn't need it today. Everything felt fine. We didn't really go up against hyper aggressive lists. Would have been interesting to do that, actually. Although, like, Ill-Timed Explosion is a pretty early board wipe. It really is. Especially when you're I don't want to say guaranteeing a board wipe, but if you're dropping one of your 6 drops or something, 6 damage to everything very likely wipes everything on that board. Okay, guys, hey, enough rambling, huh? I can't think of anything else to say because those games just kind of showcased everything very nicely. Man, the utility on these charms is wild. If we look at the other charms real quick, the charms are crazy, man. We have the Obscura charm, we have the Riveteer's charm, the Cabaretti charm, and the Broker's charm as well. And all of them have pretty good utility packed in overall. Tell you what, though, this Maestros Charm, just like in this Grixis list, especially with that Lilah, that's something else, man. What's the other charm that I really like? I think it might be Riveteer's Charm, because when I put together Jund, every now and then I put together Utility Jund, and like Riveteer's Charm, man. I like it. Dude, that exile target player's graveyard could have come in handy a few times, especially against those teamer lists. Whatever happened to those teamer lists? We don't get to see those. We don't get to see those too often anymore. Yeah, what the crap, dude? The Nissa teamer combo? World Soul's Rage? Yeah, it's been like weeks since I've seen that. Well, anyways, that middle ability too. I don't know, man. That middle ability is like, in the right deck, it's just like draw 3. 3 mana, draw 3. Play them all next turn. Well, anyways, enough about the charm, huh? Enough rambling overall. Definitely let me know what you thought of the deck list down in the comments. And hey, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions for real. I will see you in the next video.